What is going on, everyone? I'm Wes with Dad Does Adventure, and you're on another Monday in Review, and today we talk backpacking tents. Welcome everybody to Mondays in Review. I'm Wes with Dad Does Adventure, and when we're not hiking some mountain or swimming in some alpine lake, or taking my 3 kids on an awesome adventure, we're bringing you a review about camping, backpacking, overland, and camera gear every Monday, and we appreciate it if you join us along. So without further ado, let's jump into this Monday's in Review. So today we're talking tents, and more specifically, we're going to review 5 or 6 of the most popular single-person 3-season tent and pick what I think is a clear winner, the one, shocker, that I use. But before we do that, we want to talk a little bit about what makes a good tent. So we're going to review that. One of the first considerations when you're buying a tent is the weight. Any of us who have hiked for a prolonged period of time know that a heavy pack is a not fun hike. Beyond weight, the other things we're going to consider is the pull, durability, which has a lot to do with the material that's selected, the canvas durability, waterproof, windproof, the footprint size, some of the features it has, and lastly, price. And like I said, we're going to select a clear best value tent in my humble opinion. So with that, let's jump into the reviews. All right, so the first tent we're going to review is the OZARK single person 3-season tent, locally available at Walmart, and on price, no one can touch it because it's $29.99, but I will say there's a reason why. It comes in at a whopping 4.4 pounds. It has a larger footprint, over 20 square feet, and the fiberglass poles are not exactly set up for any type of wind. It does have a poly canvas that is waterproof, but with the thickness that's described on the page, I don't think it's very resistant to any impending durability issues. So the next tent we're going to review is the REI Co-op Trailmade. Now this tent comes in at 3 pounds 8 ounces, has a smaller footprint than the OZARK, has aluminum poles and a coated polyester canvas, and it's a great tent. However, the one ding I have, it's a little expensive for what it is at $179.99. I think that honestly there's more bang for buck to be had on this list. Which brings us to the North Face Stormbreak. Now the North Face is known for amazing quality, and I don't think this is any different. They come in at 3 pounds 1.4 ounces, which for a non-nylon tent is pretty exceptional. It does have aluminum poles, and it has a polyurethane rain coating on 75D polyester. So overall, I think this is a great tent, and bang for buck is, I would say, well above average. Next, we're going to review the MARMOT Tungsten, coming in at 3 pounds 8 ounces. And it does have aluminum poles, a slightly thinner material at 68D poly with a polyurethane coating. So it's very similar to the North Face at $218, but it is heavier and the tent canvas is thinner. So I would swerve on this and go for the North Face if you're dead set on getting a poly tent. Now the next 2 tents I'm going to talk about are nylon coated with polyurethane and silicone. The reason you would want a nylon tent is for durability, and it stretches and it's extremely good in the wind, and with these coatings that they've come up with, it is also extremely waterproof, but it's also expensive. So the next tent we're reviewing is the MSR Freelite at 1 pound 15 ounces with aluminum poles, 5D nylon, and it has the polyurethane silicone coating to make it waterproof, but it comes in at a $419 price tag. Yikes. Which brings us to the clear winner, in my opinion. Ampex, a smaller company, has created a nylon at 15D with a polyurethane and silicone coating at 2 pounds 4 ounces, and it comes in at $199. And I do think if you can buy a nylon silicone polyurethane coated tent at that weight for under $200, it is absolutely the best bang for buck on this list. If you don't have that kind of money, I would opt for the North Face Stormbreak. And lastly, if the OZARK is the only way you can get out, then I would suggest doing it and having a ball. Just don't put yourself in any situations where weather could be a serious factor. So that's it. Thanks for coming along, guys. I hope you learned something, and I appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and have yourself an amazing day.